Hey YouTube, so it's Leg Arms here today. I've actually never made a video of, well, doing whatever I do. So I decided, I guess I'll just go ahead and make one or actually I'll have Nick edit it and I'll just record it and then you guys can watch what I do. So today, what I'm going to do is I have to make an adapter for our drill bit on this crane right here. You can see that. Okay, so we'll go outside. These drill bits right here have a 2-inch shaft. Okay, it's a hexagon shaft, and I have to make an adapter to make them fit. This shaft right here on our digger derrick is a 2.5-inch shaft, so it's just not going to quite fit in there. So I got to make something. Okay, so now I got to make a adapter. So what I'm going to do is I take flat iron, which I cut to length right here. I'm going to lay them on each part of the flat surface, and I'm going to lay them across and weld them all up. So now I have a socket that'll slide over. 2.5, then I got to go to 2-inch. Now I've got a hexagon shaft coming in the mail. It's not here yet, and I'll make an adapter, weld that to this, and then you can just bolt it right on, and away you go. Okay, so the process, what I'm going to do is take aluminum foil, and I'm going to wrap this shaft right here. So when I clamp the pieces down, I'll have a little bit of clearance in there, slop, so I can get it on and off. Otherwise, if I clamp it right to the piece of steel and weld it all up, it's going to be so tight, we might have to use the bud to rip it off, which I really don't want to do. So, yeah, let's not do that. But first, I've got to drill holes on 2 of these pieces to match up with this. Okay, so I got to mark it all off, drill the hole, and then I can put them all together and weld them all up. This is called a cullet. You see those 3 sides? The purpose of this is to squeeze onto this big old bit right here. We are going to put those into an end mill, which is this sucker right here. I actually really like it. It works pretty good. And we have to swap out the bit. Next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of steel like this, which is a piece of scrap I have. I'm going to cut it in half and then make it so that there's 2 rings I can weld onto where these holes are. Okay? I want more surface area for the bolt to wear on instead of that flat piece of iron. Then it's going to get like oblong. So I will take this and make 2 colors, and you'll see some lathe action. Kind of fun. My favorite tool. This right here is our lathe. And I'm going to take the lathe, and I'm going to take this piece of steel that you see, drill all the way through, cut it in half, and make it the right size diameter for that bolt. And then those 2 pieces, like I said, will weld right onto this. Okay, let's go have some fun. And there we go. 2 caps, and then they'll be welded right like that. So now, as you can see, there's going to be a lot more surface area for that bolt to wear on. Otherwise, what would happen is you'd have a huge wear mark that'd be on one side and the other side. We shall see. And as you can see, something like that. So I finished welding it up, but when I tried to take it off, it did not want to come off. So I had to cut the seam, split it, and then try to wedge it off. And come to find out, this shaft here, where they had a bit at one point here, it twisted the shaft just slightly, so instead of having a straight edge like this, it had a slight curl to the edge. So I had to ground all that down, and then I welded it up, but as you can see, there's quite a bit of slopping, and I can pull it right off. And there we go. There is part of my adapter. Now that I have my 2-inch hexagon shaft, I got to drill 2 holes in it to make it so it'll adapt to the drill bits. And then what I'm going to do, as you can see, I got to make an adapter to weld this together. Fun. Okay, finished product so far. As you can see, 2-inch shaft. I welded in to this here, into that there. Now I got a 2.5, 2-inch. Reason why I put this band here and this band here, so that in case that happens to crack, it won't split the seams. So now you can just take it, shove it in, and pin it. Sweet. That'll work.